What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Brickhead. His opponent today in the red color playing as Hades. His name is Domantas. The map is Borderlands. This is a best of 5 for the Relegations. Winner of this game is a champion for Season 2. Loser of this game will be back into the challenges for another shot in Season 3. Honestly, Brickhead, one of those players who surprised me in this tournament. I expected him to probably be a top 4 place finisher. Honestly, he's one of those guys who plays a lot of the top players, doesn't get a lot of wins against them, but against everybody else, he seems to win. So he's kind of in that tier between like 1900 and 1800, where he sits there and he loses against all the 1900s, beats all the 1800s. So he's sitting like 1850-ish. In my guesstimation, and it just didn't quite work out for him in the actual league portion, and he didn't manage to get some wins against players I thought he would have, and he didn't. Yes, and he lost to players I thought he would have beaten, but he did win against some players I thought he would have lost to. So it was a entire weird state of affairs, but each to their own. It's an exciting time regardless. Domantas, on the other hand, here, causing a complete storm in the Challengers League. He's a really strong player. Known for his team game play on the UCA clan. Plays with Matrius and Thomas Shelby and all of those UCA players. Gold Lion, excuse me if I've forgotten anyone from that clan. But he does play with those guys, and those guys are a devastating team. They play at such a ridiculous high level for team games, and honestly, whenever I see them in a team game, I'm like, I don't want to play these guys. They just kill me real fast, and I'll be grumpy about it because they're just too good. Anyways, Domantas, we'll see how he goes in this 1v1. The map is Borderlands, one of those special Bill Greg open maps, where the players, they are divided between this small sliver of snowy pine, and basically there's hunt all around the back of their base, but they're right next to each other in the front of their base. So it's a really, really aggressive map, and we are seeing Hades as the god of choice for Domantas here, which is a little bit peculiar. As a very defensive god, doesn't get to use so many of his advantages in this map, though. You can go Hades here, pretending like you're Poseidon, and go for an Ares rush against this, and it could be devastating to Brickhead. As you can see, these towers, they sort of secure this gold mine, but if this tower doesn't get protected here, both of these gold mines are exposed. So this tower is the big key for Brickhead's defense against any sort of Ares rush, but it doesn't look like Domantas is going for it. You would have advanced by now if he was going for a 415 Pestilence Ares rush. With the double walrus here, he probably could have got there, plus the berries as well, but he does opt for something a little bit slower here. 445 it's looking like, and we're probably going to be seeing Brickhead going through Freya first. He's actually quite fast here. This is pretty wild. What is this? What is this 14 villager advance time here from Brickhead, but only 2 ox carts? This is pretty new. What's the advance time look like? 405? That's fast, man. Maybe even 4-minute advance time. He's going to be able to hit this, but there will be a Sentinels, and we do see there's the 402 advance time there. The Hearths are going to throw the longhouses down straight away. Skraeling looking for something to probably Forest Fire, but in fact, I would prefer him to Forest Fire this here. Open up the bases straight away because he's got such a huge advantage early. The Skraeling going to probably just, I can see it already. He's going to move in here. He's going to Forest Fire this. He's going to send his Valkyrie over here because he has scouted that with the Ravens. I tell a lie, the Valkyrie's coming over onto this location here. Skraeling spots this. A Forest Fire will kill the storehouse, but 3 villagers, not worth it. So hopefully he doesn't do it. And there's the Forest Fire. It's a risky move. He almost gets a villager kill. and the villagers retreating away. The Valkyrie a little bit late to the party, and none of these villagers do fall. There's the Athena for Domantas, making the Chiron, making the Ajax straight away. Villagers moving over. How much wood? He's got 147 wood, so he can throw down one military building straight away. And here's the military academy and the longhouse coming out. We see a very early raiding cavalry or medium raiders for Brickhead, as they're going to be starting to swarm in onto Domantas' perspective. Surprised we didn't see Brickhead going to this location straight away, pushing off this food. He saw them with the ravens. I saw the ravens fly above. And now he's going to hit these villagers. He should get one villager kill. He goes for the low HP villager there. Domantas not reacting to this fast at all. Doesn't matter. He was going to lose that villager anyways. And the rest will probably get away to safety, as the Chiron's going to come over here and deflect this anyways. There's the raiders coming in for Brickhead. 2 longhouses up, spamming out raiders, and we see the villagers very happily gathering from the walrus over here. 4 villagers on wood still, pretty standard. Need to see that 3rd longhouse coming up relatively soon. And there shouldn't be any upgrades here for Brickhead just yet. He's just got hunting dogs. There's the longhouse. And he's going to start going wood. We have those walls up. Sentinels comes down. Domantas going to be turtling for the time being here. One option you can do here is mass an army. Wait till you have about 80 population. And then you just go. Make sure you get up the medium infantry to tank max damage against those medium raiders. And a restoration fight onto this location could be devastating. But we'll see what happens for Brickhead. There's some houses coming up here. Raiders coming out. Probably shouldn't be putting gatherers onto gold. Just put them over there onto those husbandry, onto those hurdles. Looks like Brickhead is just a little bit short on the wood because he doesn't have, gold because he doesn't have pickaxe. So he can't afford to spam dwarves out like you normally like to. You like to make dwarves, raiding cavalry, and you can normally do so. But it's not quite enough gold income just yet to make that happen. So more gatherers on the gold for the time being. Totally fine. Villagers coming over here onto this settlement now. As the raiders trying to come in. They're not going to. Raiders for Brickhead moving up onto this location now. He sees the town center with the help of that Valkyrie. The Minotaur, the hoplite here as well. And here are the raiders coming in. The villagers do retreat away now. Straight away, as these raiders do manage to get this surround here with the Ajax and the Chiron. This is pretty scary. And that Minotaur here, the Minotaur hasn't managed to do anything. The villagers do get out. The army's still getting chased. These raiders doing a lot of damage, to be honest. They are Odin raiders as well. So if they, nice headbutt there. If you get any of them alive in the end, there's the restoration as only 1 unit falls. That's exactly what Brickhead wanted to see there, getting that restoration out of the way. Now Brickhead can safely just go straight up to 115 population, grab a second town center even if he wants to, because there's really no threat here from Domantas, and Brickhead's got options here. Early Scardy, not a bad idea. You could cut that those raiders here, keep putting pressure on, forcing Domantas to stay in his base, rush Heroic Age, which looks like he's doing. He's making some throwing axemen here, but he has cut those military production for the time being. Lots of villagers here on the cows. I love this transition here. We've got husbandry. Do we see any other technologies coming in? We've got Voltivaribus for Domantas, but nothing too interesting there. Throwing away the Valkyrie. Got to be careful with these raiders. You sort of play Odin similarly to the Loki, in that when you get these low raiders, you can just send them, except different. You just send them to the sides of the map and they re-heal fairly fast, to be honest. If we check them out, it doesn't show me. They heal relatively fast. Not quite healing spring speed, but it's better than losing them, right? You see the hoplites. Raiders coming in, going to attempt to get some villager kills. It's not quite worth it if you lose raiders. Oh, he almost picks one. No, it's fine. It's totally good. Gets out of here. This is enough army here to scare Brickhead away. And I like that he's doing it. Scardy's on the way now for Brickhead. Going to go for the second town center. I think this is... I prefer not to see this second town center get grabbed for Brickhead. I prefer to see him save the resources, go for an early hill fort just to secure like a gold mine position and also start making Huskarl, because the Huskarl come in and they completely decimate this army with the help of those raiding cavalry and throwing axemen as well. But it looks like we are going to be seeing Brickhead gear up for that town center there. You take the villagers off these herdables over onto wood, or off the hunt over onto wood, and you can just spam out Huskarl, throwing axemen. Because Domantas has gone to town center means he's going to sit in the classical age until for a lot longer, and it means that it's going to be a fast mythic age but a late heroic age. It means you can abuse the fact that there's no Hapaspis for a very long time. You get a big timing push, but obviously against the Hades it could be a little bit of a different thing. There's the Skadi. Nice 10-minute advance time from Brickhead. Absolute perfection, to be honest. This is looking like a Brickhead of old with his Odin in this game. He's picking off farms here with the Raiders. I like that. That's cute. These are buff farms though. 250 HP. How much extra HP do they get? Extra 50 HP. Buff farms, but they only got 30% hack damage. That's something I've never thought about. Farms die very fast to hack damage units. There you go. And we see the Raiders retreating back here. Town center is up. And there's the house up for Brickhead. Still no hill fort. Does disappoint me a little bit. He's getting Rhyme out first as well. How much favor does he have? He's got 8 favor here. There's the heavy hoplites. Now these raiders stop being so efficient against this army. Not that they were efficient before, but they could come in, dip in, and dip out without losing any. You can see they're kind of back to full HP as well, or at least some of them are. So that Odin passive there is coming in clutch. Now the unit's moving forward here. I actually don't mind an aggressive hill fort here either. Like on this gold mine wouldn't be bad, just outside of line of sight. And then you can even make, well, you don't really want to go for a Petropolis, not a Petropolis, a portable ram all in, but with the Rhyme, the Thrime Farm, I can't speak, Therm Frost Giants, you can make this happen. We see the farms getting picked off again. This is such a big revelation that Brickhead's having in this game. I don't know if he's done it before. Yes, you may lose a raiding cavalry, but if you pick off 2 farms with it, that's 150 wood versus 90 resource. So 150 wood versus 90 resource. It's a worth trade there if you can come in, pick off those farms, and we just see him continue to do that. Now the raiding cavalry coming in here is going after the town center. Fortunately, the raiding cavalry taking the bulk of the damage here. The army completely caught out of position for Domantas, and this town center, it's Hades town center, so he's got the time to come over. He's moving in with the Toxotes, with the hoplites. The hill fort almost up. We're going double hill fort here. That's going to be, should be Huskarl getting spammed out, and Domantas can sort of trade these raiding cavalry away for throwing act. Well, there's heavy raiders though. That's super peculiar. Obviously good for him, but he's going to have to probably get out of here, as that town center is going to live with 1,500 resources or HP remaining, and he's going Huskarl Jarl. Jarl do build fairly fast, 9 seconds, and they are strong. But against this army, I just think I'm just confused at the choice here. But obviously Brickhead is the Thor master. He knows. Frost Giant wasting his special there. There's the Frost onto the army. Now he can go and commit onto this town center. Unfortunately, the Frost does not hit some of those villages there. Would have been nice to hit those as well. And the town center for Domantas will be falling from this all-in from Brickhead. It's 107 population to 144 population here. The villagers pull back, and they are repairing this town center. It may not go down. Some Huskarl now are coming in. How far off the heroic age is Domantas? He's very far from advancing here. Both of these are up. He's going for a temple in the front as well. Jarl, Huskarl are the unit composition for Brickhead. Is he still pumping units out here? He is making raiding cavalry from his home base as well. Villagers have to pull back now, and Brickhead has managed to take the town center down for the time being. The army will unfreeze now, and he's going to be retreating, though he does still win this fight. There we go. Going for the fight now. Frost Giant yet again not microing onto the Minotaur there. Huge mistake from Brickhead. You got to hit that Minotaur. But it is looking like Brickhead is able to take this fight fairly confidently. Those Toxotes in the middle, or even just anywhere, they have no good targets in this fight. Those Huskal, those Raiders, those Jarl all have high amounts of pierce armor, so they can survive for quite some time. Population is now very, very even for the two players here, and Domantas is going to have to retreat away from here as it looks like Brickhead manages to win this fight. He is deciding to turn around for the time being. Are we seeing Frost Giants? Yes, we are. Every single moment that Brickhead fights, that's more favor, that's more Frost Giants. And if Brickhead can spam these out with any relative efficiency, he will have a disgusting amount of Frost Giants against the two Greek classical age heroes of Domantas here. And he's still running these units in here. And again, just having Huskal close to these Toxotes is so huge. You see how little damage they do to them. The hoplites are cleaning up onto the cavalry units of Domantas, but he's only got 4 military buildings here compared to Brickhead's 6 or 6 because Temple, Hill Fort, Longhouse. This is huge. So we'll see if Brickhead decides to grab this town center for himself. That may cue Domantas to come over and grab this town center and split the map in half a little bit. Wouldn't be a bad idea, considering I don't think he's going to be able to fight here and win this one. We're seeing Domantas at 108 population here, and he cannot win this fight here for the time being. But we do see he's picking off some units with the Frost Giant. We see nice deleting there from Domantas, wants to prevent Brickhead from grabbing those farms. Nice play there. And the town center will be getting up for Brickhead, going up to 3 town centers here. Nice and strong like. And now we see more military buildings coming down for Domantas. Still pumping out villages. He has a lot of farms. His economy is very, very strong here. Heroic Age probably wouldn't be a bad idea here. He's trying to get it. And where is Brickhead going? He's getting fortified town centers. He's got this town center. He's going after the main base, taking down the temple, taking down that Eye of Ornlu. A big relic there, because that's the Paspis, which do counter those Huskal nicely. You kind of have to go against this unit composition. I haven't seen Huskal Jarl before. You kind of have to go Hoplite Paspist. It's kind of the only, or I guess you could go Prodromus Paspist wouldn't be a bad option, but I've got Raiders looking for gold mine villages. This is the gold mine over here to hit. And I feel like he will spot it down there. And now we're seeing a marker coming up for Brickhead, trying to get this town center up. The Ulfsark are here. I'd love to see Brickhead hit like a early Mythic Age through tier or something. I mean, Ragnarok probably going to be just as strong, or if not stronger. So Balder not a bad choice either. But he hasn't started a trade route. Obviously, his market's going to be up here. It's not a bad market to start a trade route. Now the Frost Giants coming in. There's the Heroic Age for Domantas. He's casting Underworld Passage over here. He wants to prevent this town center from going up. Grab it for himself. Where is it? Oh, it's next to his gold mine. I like that. Villagers pop in here, going to get this town center for himself. Even that town center count. And do we see Balder coming through for Brickhead? We do. Going to be a very difficult defense here for Domantas, as he's already taking a huge amounts of damage from this Odin army here. The Jarls, the Huskal, the Throwing Axemen, but most importantly, the Frost Giant going to be going after this town center. We see Achilles queued up for Domantas here. Will pop out, which is a huge unit. It's not as strong as the Atlanta, but does help out quite a bit, but he's sitting 99% here. And you can see 600% bonus damage versus myth units. And it's the army turning back around, going to be fighting this. We still see some raiding cavalry coming over here, trying to pick off some villages, but the town center will be up now for Domantas. So he gets the 3 town centers. However, it's close, very, very close to the villages here of Brickhead. How's the armory looking? He's only got bronze. Is he getting some more? He's getting copper weapons. Sorry, he's only got copper, not bronze. If he had bronze, it would be fantastic. If he does not have that one just yet. And now the army pushing back, pulling forward, pushing back, doing all those things. And I expect to see Brickhead just go for it here. I'm surprised he hasn't gone after this gold mine. He's kind of got his heart set on forcing the army to be here with all these Frost Giants. And we've got a couple of idle units. There's the portable rams. How much favor in the bank? He's got 15, so he could cancel the Frost Giant that's coming out. Doesn't have a Frost Giant coming out. I was going to say he could cancel it and get Dwarven Augur to make those portable rams very, very strong. But now he can go after this town center very, very well now. We see Masons coming through. Villagers haven't dumped their resources just yet. Fire Giant getting sent up the top. And the towers are up, but not on these town centers. So Brickhead doesn't necessarily have to kill this location. This is where everything is defended. He just needs to strangle Domantas here and pick off this location, and this location. We do see a fortress coming up. There's the Ragnarok for Brickhead now. He's got full copper versus Domantas, who's only got copper mail. And he's got, oh my god, look at all these rams here. Does he have Dwarven Augur? No. Got so many rams. This is absolutely huge. These units are going to take down this underworld very fast. Go after the town center here. That's going to be huge. Take everything down. He doesn't need to leave can't need to leave a couple more than that. It will go down. Oh, actually, Domantas isn't even paying attention here. Without the town center taking down the heroes of Ragnarok here, this is a bit of a different story. Meanwhile, Brickhead's getting baited here. He's getting baited. He does not need to attack this location. This location is defended. Up the top, not defended. Hit that. You don't need to waste anything here. The portable rams, kill off the houses as well with the rams first. Wouldn't be a bad idea. We're seeing Brickhead throw here. This is how you throw a Ragnarok. It may still be enough, but Domantas looks like he's going to be able to defend. How many resources in the bank for Brickhead? He's got a lot of wood in the bank, a lot of gold. Now we see the earthquake into the home base with that Chimera. 50 HP. Actually going to fall, maybe. It does fall in the end. The heroes of Ragnarok over here do manage to pick off that town center and go after the fortress afterwards. This town center is getting repaired here. It's almost picked off. Meanwhile, this army over here is still pushing in. How's the population looking? Brickhead's still 155, so he's still got a big Ragnarok left, or a big amount of army left. So this town center going down, even with Masons. And he does manage to pick it off, but that's about it. This Chiron's still alive. Pick off that Chiron, and these Frost Giants pick everything else off very, very easily. He does finally send a hero of Ragnarok onto it, and the Chiron does fall. That's all the town centers down for Domantas. He's still got a gold mine, though, and somehow, some way, Domantas is on 0 town centers. Could still win this game. The villagers do turn. Oh, they turn around. Are they going to fight this? They should. They could pick this off with the help of that fortress very, very easily there. But these Ragnarok heroes do so much damage here. Meanwhile, all of these units of Domantas still attacking. He's got resources in the bank to make Toxotes, and these houses over here still should have been picked off here. Now we've got some of those units, and Brickhead is going to have to start reproducing units. He's making dwarves. He's on 2 town centers. He can make he's making gatherers out of here. He doesn't really have. He's got berries over here he could eat. He's got no farms. Population is 73 for Brickhead to 41 of Domantas. How many villages are left for Domantas, though, is the question. He's got 3 villages here, and he's got 18 villages here. So he does still have a small amount of economy. 19 villages against like 3 or 4 for Brickhead. Well, he's making farms over here. He does have all that wood left up, and now the Huskar coming in onto this location. They can find their way onto this watchtower, prevent these villages from doing too much. We see Domantas coming over to defend this. And Brickhead's got all these heroes of Ragnarok over here. Hate that he didn't clean this up over here, but such is life. How many resources does Brickhead have? He should consider buying food. So whenever you're in this situation, you should consider buying food and making ox caravans and villages so that you can boom it back a little bit faster. These dwarves here, very, very good, but needs to sort something out. The town center trying to get back up here, but the Ragnarok heroes spot it, and they do deny that one there. The Apaspis coming up now to try and defend this location. It's going to be This is still very winnable for Domantas, but equally winnable for Brickhead here. If Domantas can get out a Chimera again and go Chimera raiding, how much resources does he have? He doesn't have enough for a Chimera. He could make a Minotaur and do it, but it's not as good. He could have one Chimera running around. If he didn't lose it here, could have been raiding this and really stopped the reboom of Domantas. Sorry, of Brickhead. And we finally see those houses getting taken down. Villagers all up on this top town center. 2-1 now. And you see the Heroes of Ragnarok going for this town center to get that one back up. He has the resources to do so, making pure dwarves so far. And like I said, he can just buy some food. It's not that expensive, I don't think. I tell a lie, it's 166. It's pretty expensive. Such is life. Okay. This is just the lull. The lull in this game after just like fighting for the entire game. As Brickhead just is like, yep, okay, I'm in a good position here. Brickhead's in a good position. Domantas isn't in a bad position. In fact, Domantas could grab this town center and this town center and he could be very, very happy with his position if he could get those two town centers. So he should be fairly aggressive with this and make sure that Brickhead doesn't get this town center back. And then we enter a late game Greek against Norse, which favors the Greek player for sure early. The Perseus will start coming out in order to pick off those fire giants, and then Heliopolis and such really hard to deal with. Dwarves coming here onto this large gold mine. His units moving out. Oh, a little bit overzealous there. Doesn't really have the units to deal with this. A couple of Hypaspis enough to push this back though. The Jarls, if they could tank damage, the Huskars would be able to pick off those Hypaspis pretty fast. See these Heroes of Ragnarok spot a watchtower to take down. Surprised to see this still not getting grabbed. We see him eat his last cow. He's been saving on to that one for the reboom, obviously. And the Huskar coming in don't manage to deny this town center. Brickhead's still got a path. He's still got a ways to go to win this one. Ballister now coming in for Brickhead. He's able to start making some units here. He's 113 of 160. To Domantas is 50 of 90. He's checking out this town center, making sure nothing happens there. The Ballister can sit. I love to see a wall and a box set up here for this Ballister start sieging away at that town center there. Now the Huskar coming up to this gold mine, going for a raid. Could be huge. Oh no, he's just going off to the military academies. They're not brave Huskars. They're not quite brave enough to take down a town center fast. And for some reason, we haven't seen this town center get snuck by Domantas. How many resources do you have? He's got enough to grab it. And do we see some units getting built? Yes, we got some Huskar. Sorry, we got some Hypaspis and some Toxotes. Ballister in the back for Brickhead, still not hitting the town center. Huskar hitting this location now as the Hypaspis coming in. Does manage to pick off some villages though, but he's going to be under attack by the Hypaspis. He's going to have to get away from this. Nice path blocking. That's not what he was going for. I tell a lie. Now we've got the Ballister targeting down the town center. Finally, fire giants are here. We're going to have to see Perseus get built. Expensive unit. It's very well worth it though, because he can pick off these fire giant very fast. And there's the Perseus coming out as the town center getting rebuilt. And he should be able to get this one out fairly fast, and at least get one pick off. The reaction is very, very. You have to be very, very fast to get the fire giants away. Hopefully, he doesn't accidentally kill the frost giant here. The Chiron should be able to clean that one up there. Some Huskar raids coming in. Perseus pops out, picks out for one of these fire giants here. What's the recharge time? 24 seconds. It's a long time to wait to kill off these other two fire giants. We see the Jarls going after this straight away. Both fire giants trying to siege that one down. Now the Perseus sneaking around, going to go after the Ballister maybe. Turns back, gets targeted, almost picked off. He's a very weak unit for a Mythic Age unit, but he can one-hit those big, tough Myth units, and he does lose it. Such an expensive unit. What is it? 400 gold? 400 gold. So expensive. And in that moment, Domantas does decide the game is lost. Not fast enough on the recoup there. Didn't go for this down center for some reason. He should have. It's out of line of sight. He could have snuck it. Didn't really need to defend this one, and he could have kept booming, but such is life. Brickhead takes game number 1 against Domantas, showing why he is Brickhead. He's known as the Thor expert. He's the Norse expert. He's really good with the Norse. It looked like he was down here and for a moment. If you check out the score, looked like he was struggling here as Domantas was significantly far in front. And then once the fighting started, Brickhead just overtook him, and Domantas could never truly catch back up there. So GG, well played by Brickhead, taking game number 1. We'll move on to game number 2 very shortly. So if you're enjoying the games, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch to see when I go live. And then if you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button to see when the videos come out straight away. And I'll see you guys in the next game.